Hi there, grade 6 pupils. Welcome back again to another video lesson. So we are now on week 5 for grade 6 mathematics quarter 1. So during 4th week, we have discussed and studied about addition and subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000s with and without regrouping. So for this week, another operation of decimals regarding decimals will be discussed, which is multiplication of decimals and mixed decimals. So let's start. So for our lesson objective, at the end of this video lesson, you should be able to multiply decimals and mixed decimals with factors up to 2 decimals. And then, multiplies mentally decimals up to 2 decimal places by 1/10, 100ths, 10, and 100. So, meron po tayong dalawang objectives for this week. So, yung mas mahabang explanation po natin dito, yung first objective. Since yung second objective natin is, hindi naman natin kailangan ipakita kung paano sila minumultiply yung long method. So, kumbaga, meron tayong ituturong technique mamaya para mas makapag-multiply tayo ng decimals mentally. Okay, so mentally, ibig sabihin is mumultiply lang natin sa sarili, sa utak natin, and then sasabihin na natin yung sagot. So, hindi natin kailangan magsulat sa papel, mag-compute. We'll just multiply them mentally. So, yung una nating i-discuss is yung mga steps in multiplying decimals. So, during our discussion on addition and subtraction of decimals, diniscuss ko kung paano yung mga paraan, yung mga ways para mag-add and subtract ng decimals. Siyempre, meron din pong mga steps na kailangan nating sundan sa pag-multiply ng mga decimals. First one, write factors in vertical form. Okay. Next, multiply like whole numbers. Okay, so sa pag-multiply ng decimals, para lang tayo nagmumultiply ng whole numbers. So, kung paano natin minumultiply yung mga whole numbers, ganun lang din po sa decimals. Kaya lang, syempre, kino-consider natin dito yung decimal point. So, kailangan nating ilagay yon sa ating mga final answers. And then, count the number of decimal places in both factors. So, kapag final answer na ang pinag-usapan natin, yung product na, so, ang ginagawa natin usually doon is binibilang natin yung decimal places. And then, magagamit po natin yun sa ating final answer. So, mamaya i-discuss po natin yan. So, let's now proceed to discussing some of the examples on multiplication of decimal numbers. First one, we have 4.2 times 1.7. So, binabasa po yung 4.2 as 4 and 2/10. And then yung 1.7, that is 1 and 7/10. As you can see, yung mga factors natin, pareho po silang 1 decimal place. Okay, so which is tenths lang. So, yung first step natin sa pagmumultiply ng decimal numbers is write them in vertical form. So, that is 4.2 times 1.7. So, ayan, in vertical form. And then, for the second step, multiply these numbers like whole numbers. Multiply these decimals just like whole numbers. So, mag-i-start tayo dito sa 2 times 7. So, 2 times 7, that is 14. So, isusulat lang po natin is 4. And then, carry 1. Next, 4 times 7, that is 28, plus 1, 29. So, sulat natin 29. Next, dito naman tayo sa 1. So, 1 times 2, that is 2. And then, kapag nagmumultiply na tayo dito sa pangalawa, or kung meron mang mga numbers pa to the left, so, kapag sinulat po natin yung product natin dito sa ibaba, so, magi-skip po tayo. Okay, so yung 1 times 2, yung product na 2, ilalagay po natin yon or susulat po natin yon doon sa tapat ng 9. Hindi po doon sa tapat ng 4. So, dito natin isusulat 2. And then 1 times 4, we have 4. So, sulat natin yung 4 dito sa tapat ng 2. And then, let's add. So, 4, wala naman po tayong i-add. So, bring down. And then, 9 plus 2, we have 11. So, sulat natin 1. And then, carry 1. 1 plus 2, we have 3. Plus 4, 7. And then, yung last step natin is kailangan nating bilangin yung decimal places. So, yung decimal places dito sa 4.2 is 1. Dito naman sa 1.7 is 1. So, meron tayong dalawa. So, ang gagawin natin nun, mag-i-start tayo na mag-move dun sa decimal point. Mag-umpisa po dun sa right, papuntang left. Okay, so, decimal places natin is dalawa. So, from 4, mag-move tayo ng 2 decimal places to the left. So, 1, 2. Therefore, our final answer is 7.14. Next, we have 16.9 or 16 and 9/10 times 5.3 or 5 and 3/10. So, we have 16.9 times 5.3. So, multiply na. 9 times 3, that is 27. So, we write 7 and then carry 2. 6 times 3, that is 18, plus 2, 20. So, sulat lang natin 0, and then carry 2. 1 times 3, we have 3, plus 2, 5. And then, dito naman tayo sa 5. So, 5 times 9, we have 45. So, sulat natin 5. And then, i-regroup natin yung 4. Next, 6 times 5, we have 30. And then, yung nire-group natin na 4, that is 34. So, isulat natin 4. And then, carry 3. Last, 5 times 1, we have 5. Plus yung 3, that is 8. And then, we add. So, bring down 7. And then, 0 plus 5, we have 5. 5 plus 4, we have 9. And then, bring down 8. And then, yung decimal places natin, dito sa 16.9, isa. Sa 5.3 naman, isa din. So, meron tayong dalawa. So, mag-move tayo dun sa 7, papuntang left. So, dito po ang ating decimal point. So, our final answer will be 89.57 or read as 89 and 57 hundredths. So, this will be our final answer. Next examples. So, for number 3, we have 6 and 3 hundredths times 2 and 85 hundredths. So, ganun pa rin naman yung steps na susundan natin. So, una, isusulat natin vertically. Ayan. And then, let's start multiplying. So, 3 times 5, that is 15. So, sulat lang po natin is 5 and then carry 1. 0 times 5, we have 0 plus 1, 1. And then 6 times 5, we have 30. So, sulat natin 30. Next, dito naman tayo sa 8. 8 times 3, we have 24. So, write 4 and then carry 2. 0 times 8, that is 0. Remember, any number multiplied by 0, the answer is always 0. So, 0 times 8, that is 0 plus 2. So, we write 2. And then, 6 times 8 or 8 times 6, that is 48. So, sulat natin 8 and then 4. Next, last naman, we have 2. So, 2 times 3, we have 6. So, ganun pa rin. Dito, nadagdagan na po yung ating mga imumultiply. So, kanina kasi hanggang ano lang tayo, row 2. Ngayon, hanggang row 3 na. So, 2 times 3, we have 6. So, mag-i-skip tayo ng isang place. So, hindi po natin ilalagay doon sa tapat ng 4 ito, yung sagot natin na 6. Rather, doon sa tapat or sa ibaba nung 2. So, dito ilalagay natin yung sagot na 6. And then, 2 times 0, we have 0. So, we'll write 0. And then, finally, 2 times 6, we have 12. So, we write 2 and then 1. And then, we add. Bring down 5. And then 1 plus 4, that is 5. 0 plus 2, 2 plus 6, 8. 3 plus 8, that is 11. Plus 0, 11. So, we'll write 1 and then carry 1. 4 plus 2, that is 6. Plus 1, so that is 7. And then bring down 1. And then bibilangin ngayon natin yung decimal places. So, dito sa 6.03 or 6 and 300ths, we have 2. And then dun sa 2 and 8500ths, we have also 2. So, yung number of decimal places natin is 4. So, magmo-move tayo ng 4 decimal places to the left. So, from 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, our final answer is 17.1855 or 17 in 1,855 10,000s. Next, we have 22.94 times 4.68 or 22 and 94 hundredths times 4 and 68 hundredths. First step, write the factors or the decimals in vertical form. So 22.94 times 4.68. And then we multiply just like whole numbers. So 4 times 8, that is 32. So we write 2 and then carry 3. 9 times 8, that is 72. Plus 3, 75. So isulat natin 5 and then carry 7. 2 times 8, we have 16. Plus 7, 23. So sulat natin 3 and then carry 2. 2 times 8, that is 16. Plus 2, 18. And then dito naman tayo sa 6. So 6 times 4, that is 24. So sulat po natin is 4 and then carry 2. Next, 6 times 9, that is 54. Plus 2, 56. So carry 5. And then 2 times 6, that is 12. Plus 5, yung nasa taas na sinulat natin. So that is 17. So sulat natin 7 and then carry 1. And then 2 times 6, that is 12. Plus 1, that is 13. And then dito naman tayo sa 4. So 4 times 9, that is 16. So isulat natin yung 6 dito. And then carry 1. And then 4 times 9 or 9 times 4, that is 36 plus 1 yung sa taas na sinulat natin, that is 37. So we write 7 and then carry 3. Now 4 times 2, that is 8 plus 3, 11. So sulat lang natin is 1 and then carry 1. So 2 times 4, that is 8 plus 1, 9. So, tapos na po tayong mag-multiply. Mag-add naman po tayo ngayon. So, bring down to 5 plus 4, that is 9. 3 plus 6, that is 9 plus 6, 15. So, we write 5 and then carry 1. 1 plus 8, that is 9 plus 7, 16. Plus 7, 23. So, we'll write 3 and then carry 2. 2 plus 1, that is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. And then 1 plus 9, we have 10. And then bilangin natin yung decimal places. So, dito sa 22.94, 2. Same with 4.68, 2. So, meron tayong apat na decimal places. So, mag-move tayo ng 4 decimal places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, our final answer is 107 and 3,592 ten thousandths. So, this will be our final answer. So, after multiplying decimal numbers up to 2 decimal places, we shall now proceed to multiplying mentally the decimals by 0.1, 0.01, 10, and 100. So, minumultiply lang yung mga numbers na to, pwede naman mentally. Kasi, may technique naman siya. Pero, for verification, para makasure tayo kung tama ba ang sagot, pwede nyo naman silang i-multiply manually. So, in multiplying decimals by 0.1 or 1/10 as the multiplier, move 1 decimal place to the left. So, kapag minumultiply natin yung decimal by 0.1, mag-move lang daw po tayo ng decimal place, 1 decimal place to the left, dun sa kanyang multiplicand. Okay, so yung multiplicand dito is yung unang number, yung unang factor na sinusulat natin. So, like for example, 23 times 1/10 or 0.1. So, yung 23, sulat lang po natin siya. And then, mag-move daw po tayo ng 1 decimal place to the left. So, mag-i-start tayo dun sa 3, papuntang left. Ayan. So, our final answer here is 2.3. So, yan na po. Next, 7.6 times 0.1 or 7 and 6/10 times 1/10. So, sulat lang po natin 7.6. And then, we move 1 decimal place to the left. So, mag-i-start po tayo kung nasaan po yung decimal point. So, in this case, yung decimal point po is nasa pagitan po ng 7 and 6. So, mag-i-start tayo dun sa decimal place, point na yon, and then, papuntang left, isa. So, 1. So, nag-stop siya doon. So, our final answer is 0.76 or 76 hundredths. Next, 15.28 times 0.1 or 15 and 28 hundredths times 1/10. Sulat natin yung given na 15.28. And then, mag-i-start tayo ng pag-move doon sa decimal point, syempre. So, mag-move tayo 1 decimal place to the left. 1. So, our final answer is 1.528 or 1 and 528 thousandths. So, yan lang po ang pag-multiply ng decimals by 0.1. Move 1 decimal place to the left dun sa kanyang multiplicand. Tandaan natin yung 0.1, yun po yung ating multiplier. What about multiplying decimals by 0.01 or 1/100ths? So, in multiplying decimals by 0.01 or 1/100ths as the multiplier, move 2 decimal places to the left. So, yung movement natin ng decimal point is laging to the left. In this case, mag-move naman tayo 2 decimal places to the left. Kanina dun sa 0.1, 1 decimal place lang. Ngayon naman, 2 decimal places dun sa ating multiplicand. So, let's have examples. So, 148 times 1/100ths or 0.01. So, sulat lang natin 148. And then, dito tayo magsisimula ng counting natin. 2 decimal places to the left. So, 1, 2. So, our final answer is 1.48 or 1 and 48 hundredths. Next, 53.4 times 0.01 or 1/100ths So, 53 and 4/10 times 100. So, sulat natin 53.4. And then, mag-move tayo ng 2 decimal places to the left. So, 1, 2. So, our final answer is 0.534 or read as 534 thousandths. Next, last example. So, 476.28 times 1 hundredths. So, I hope nakukuha nyo po yung technique natin. Hindi naman po siya mahirap. Kasi, movement lang po ng decimal point ang ating kailangan tandaan. Hindi katulad kanina yung mga unang examples natin, yung multiplying decimals up to 2 decimal places. So, 476.28, sulat natin. And then, we move 2 decimal places to the left. So, starting with the decimal point, syempre. So, 1, 2. So, our final answer is 4.7628 or 4 and 7,628 10,000ths. What about multiplying decimals by 10? So, ito, whole number na po. Yung decimal is i-multiply natin sa whole number na 10. In multiplying decimals by 10, as the multiplier, move 1 decimal place to the right. So, yung movement naman natin kapag ang decimals minumultiply natin by a whole number, like for example, yung base 10, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So, we move decimal places to the right. Unlike yung multiplier natin is 0.1, 0.01, we move decimal places to the left. So, let's have examples. So, 8.4 times 10 or 8 and 4/10 times 10. So, sulat natin 8.4. And then, from the decimal point, magmumove tayo ng 1 decimal place to the right. So, magiging ganito siya. So, our final answer is 84. So, the product of 8.4 and 10 is 84. Next, 3.07 times 10 or 3 and 7/100 times 10. So, sulat natin 3.07. And then, we move 1 decimal place to the right. So, ito siya. So, this will be our final answer. So, 30.7 or 30 and 7/10. And then, the last example, so we have 296.53 times 10. Sulat natin 296.53 or 5300ths. And then, we move 1 decimal place to the right. So, our final answer is 2,965 and 3/10. And then finally, multiplying decimals by 100. So, in multiplying decimals by 100 as the multiplier, move 2 decimal places to the right. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kapag nagiging dalawa yung 0, 2 decimal places ang ating minumove. Kapag isa lang naman, isa. So, nakadepende dun sa 0 ang decimal places natin na imumove. So, let's have examples. So, 36.9 times 100 or 36 and 9/10 times 100. So, sulat natin 36.9. And then, magmumove tayo ng 2 decimal places to the right. So, in this case, isa lang po nakikita nating number dun sa right side ng decimal point. So, ang gagawin po natin is, mag-a-add po tayo ng 0. Placeholder. So, magiging, sagot po natin dito is 3,690. Next, 88.25 times 100 or 88 and 25 hundredths times 100. So, write 88.25 and then from the decimal point, move 2 decimal places to the right. So, 1, 2. So, our final answer is 8,825. So, ganun lang po kadali ang mga technique dyan. So, kahit mentally nga naman, makukuha natin ang product. Last example, 647.09 times 100 or 647 and 9 hundredths times 100. So, we'll write 647.09 and then move 2 decimal places to the right. 1, 2. So, our final answer is 64,709. So, yan lang po ang pagmumultiply ng decimals by 100. So, for the next video lesson, we will be solving routine and non-routine problems involving multiplication of decimals and mixed decimals, including money. So, syempre, na-discuss na natin yung concept, yung kung paano mag-multiply ng decimals and mixed decimals. Syempre, yung susunod nating i-discuss is yung application niya through word problems, yung routine and non-routine problems. So, I hope natandaan nyo, natutunan nyo kung ano yung mga paraan kung paano tayo nagmumultiply ng decimals. And then, sana natuto din tayo kung paano naman mag-multiply ng decimals mentally. So, try natin na sagutan mentally yung mga nasa modules natin without solving them manually. So, sa utak lang. And then, check nyo sa mga answer key dyan sa modules kung tama ba. Pero, bago nyo sagutan yon, syempre, bago nyo tignan yung mga module, ay ma-answer dun sa modules, make sure is nasagutan na natin para mas makita natin kung naiintindihan ba talaga yung ating discussion. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.